Hi, it's Elaine from Penguin Place Crafts. I'm back. I got back last night from the trip to my daughter's house, the craft show down in Pennsylvania. Oh boy, I was just so tired over the weekend that I couldn't get myself together to make a video. But now that I'm back, I have the handy dandy stats. Um, you know me, I had high hopes. High hopes. Um, Looking at the historical sales for me at this show, the first time I did it, I had $400 in sales. Second time I did it, I had $500 in sales. So I'm thinking, yep, $500 in sales. 200. A lot of the vendors around me were saying that things did seem slower than usual, even though they had over 200 more people come into the show than usual. It just didn't seem like a buying crowd. So, I made my table feedback, and my granddaughter was there with me. She has been making little paracord bracelets and key fobs, and she was sitting there working on some, and she got a sale. And we'll put a picture right there. So she was delighted that she made a sale. But it just wasn't as busy and profitable as usual. When I was setting up on Friday night, I had so many people comment that I had the perfect spot for my stuff because I had all these little cubby holes that I got to fill in. And one woman came by and she goes, "Oh, I'm coming back here tomorrow." She goes, "Do you take card?" "Yes, I take card." She goes, "Okay, I'm coming back to do some Christmas shopping." And she did. Was she? I think she was my first sale. The show started at 9:30, but then it wasn't until like 10:30 when I got my first sale. And somebody bought one of my African flower sea turtles that I made with bulky yarn. And the first time I sold one of my new patterns for the mini cute dinosaur, I sold one. I sold the green one. Yes. Okay. So, that started out $37. Table wasn't paid for yet. The turtle was $22 because it was a big turtle. I mean, usually I sell my African flower turtles are about this big, and I sell them for $16 because they are fancier. You've got the African flower on the top, and then you have to put a shell underneath it, and then the bottom shell and the heads of so it's a lot of sewing, and it's one more piece than usual on a turtle. But this guy was like 18 inches long. 18? 16? I do have one left, but it's sold. Yes. Then I sold a bee, one of my bulky bees. Somebody was coming along and he's like, "Oh, yeah." Two guys were standing back by the lockers, the opposite wall. "You should get her a bee." "Yeah, I think she'll like a bee." "Which bee?" And I pulled them out so that they were like 1, 2, 3. They all look alike to me. I said, "Well, this one's got a pointier nose. This one's got more of a smile." "The one on the left." "What do you think?" "Yeah, the one on the left." He said, "Okay, there's the one on the left." They bought the bee. Then that was like 10:45. So okay, once the floodgates opened, things started to sell. Then somebody came along and bought one of my big head turtles. Now that's something that I had made to stock up for the show out in Hamburg at the fairgrounds, because they had advertised for my show by showing my turtles, which had already sold. So I had 2 left, one that was green and yellow and one that was blue and white. Somebody bought the green one for $18. Then here comes this family, and they got a little girl. She's probably 4 or 5, and she's just looking, and she's just looking, and she picks up one of my happy huggy cats, and she starts cuddling it, and she would not let it go. So I sold Vixen, the happy huggy cat, for $22. My elephant, I had one elephant, and it was getting a lot of attention, and that sold for $22. So I need to make more elephants. My granddaughter Lyra would say, blur. Okay. And then a mom came along with a couple of little girls, and she's looking and looking and looking, and she ended up getting 2 of my micro octos. I had this whole shelf. They were all lined up along the shelf with a sign that said, mini octos, $4 each. So she got 1 for each of her girls. So that was 2 at $4, $8 total. Hence, somebody came along. Trolls. They wanted a troll. And they just kept holding them up for approval until they settled on the purple troll. So, yay! I sold a troll for $10. Blue head. Oh, then my other big head turtle. So I am totally sold out of big head turtles now. It's on my list. I said, I don't know what I'm doing for November. This show helped to really cement my list. Big head turtles are on the list. Sorry, I should not be yawning because I just woke up from a nap. I had a nice nap. First I was trying to get everything organized. I woke up to an Etsy order and a comment that needed to be deleted. I thank you to all my faithful subscribers who are so kind and encouraging in your comments. But I am the type of person, if someone makes a negative comment, I will just revisit it over and over again and let it bother me. So when someone made an unkind comment, it disappeared this morning. So I got the Etsy order out. I got my shopping list made. I had a dentist appointment, a teeth cleaning at 11 o'clock this morning, and my teeth still hurt. Then I went to the grocery store. I went to the post office and I dropped off the order. I went to the bank and I made the deposit, and I was home by 1 o'clock. I had some lunch and I took a nap. So now it's time to catch up on stuff. I have some projects I need to work on. I have things I need to find for Saturday's show, and I have things I need to make for Saturday's show. So that was a rabbit hole. Back to the list. Let's see. Little blue penguin that I made. I'll have to see if I have a picture that I can put up. It was only $8, but the penguins were getting a lot of attention. I sold a leggy frog. I don't know how long it's been since I sold a leggy frog. I sold the one in blue and green camo. I think I had 2 strands of yarn that I held together and made sort of this bluish green froggy. I sold a chicken. Somebody, look at this. The chicken comes with a nest and 2 eggs. And I said, okay, do you want just the chicken or do you want the whole deal? Oh, we want the whole deal. We want the nest and the egg. Oh, yeah. So that was, I think the chicken itself was $12. But I said if you got it with the nest and 2 eggs, it was $17. And they, oh, here's a 20. He'll give us our change. We want the whole thing. Then, okay, this mom came with 2 kids, little boy, little girl. The little girl had picked out something. She wanted a little coffee cup. And she picked out her little coffee cup. And the little guy couldn't figure out what he wanted. And I said, okay, over here, these 3 shelves are $8 each or 2 for 15. And he's looking, oh, I can't see. So his mom picked him up and put him on my chair. And he's just looking through, and he ended up on Glow in the Dark Monster. But then his sister decided that she wanted to put the coffee cup back, and she wanted to get up on the chair, and she wanted to search too. And she ended up getting a little pink octopus with white legs that I've had in inventory for quite a while. I played Yarn Chicken and I lost, and she wanted that one. So I sold those 2 items for $15. Well, that was 2:19. The show ended at 3. I thought, okay, the sales were at exactly $200 at that point. I thought, okay, that's probably going to be it. But at 2:46, somebody came in and bought a little blue coffee cup. And then at 2:50, this woman had been walking around, and she says, I'm looking for a dog. What do you have for dogs? And I showed her, and oh, okay, those are cute. Okay. But then she walked away. She came back 10 minutes before the show ended and bought the little golden dog that I made from the Dollar Tree pattern. So that was $10. So I ended up with $215 in sales. I did finish the dragon for the lady who was at the show in that area back in October. But the show was in Pennsylvania. She was actually from Ohio. She wasn't in town that weekend. So that was the Etsy order that I woke up to this morning. So I did get another $18 order that was sort of associated with this sale. And while I was at, it was after the show, I got contacted by a local customer, and I have a like $12 or $14 order that she will be picking up this week. So there were a few other orders, that's picking stuff up. I'm starting to get things set up for this Saturday's show. It's another one of these one table, that's it, shows. Talking about the history of a show. This is a high school show. It's usually very well attended, but my sales there have been all over the place. I've done the show almost every year since 2013. There was no show in 2020. 2013, the first time I did the show, $188.50 in sales. Ooh, that was nice. The next year, $163. In 2015, $213.50. But then 2016, only $74 in sales. 2017, it bounced up a little bit, $122. 2018, $55 in sales. 2019, $85 in sales. Then we had the break for 2020. 2021, $98 in sales. But then last year, 2022, $300 in sales. So the history is all over the place. I think this table was $25 or $30. I'll have to check my notes, because as my friend Joanna says, I keep good notes. And, I'm sure I'll make my table back. I'm sure I will have a good time, because my friend Kathy is going to be next to me. Unfortunately, Joanna is going to be like across the aisle from me. We didn't get all in a row as we'd wanted. So there'll probably be some hijinks of waves across the table and shouting back and forth and stuff like that. We'll have fun. So I am going to go try to finish up a project that I started over the weekend, and I printed out a pattern for a pig because I'm supposed to have a pink pig this weekend. I need to find some red octopus in my stash, and I need to get some order into my sample setup so I know what I'm taking. So that's it for now. I'll see you in a day or two when I have a project finished. Okay? Bye bye.